Hi everyone. I remember when I was a young child, my mother, who cared about our health, trying to follow the dietary advice of the times, would never cook with lard or grease, rarely with butter. She would reach for the can of Crisco, called Crisco shortening. She'd cook our eggs in it. She would use it to as a substitute for lard, any place that my grandmother's recipe called for lard. She would cook for us. We didn't have a lot of money, so we always had a big garden. We did a lot of canning. I remember canning green beans, tomatoes, and we ate a lot of starches, a lot of pastas because they were cheap. I remember macaroni and cheese. I remember spaghetti with spaghetti sauce. It wasn't called marinara sauce in my family. We were not Italian, so we just called it spaghetti sauce. We would have a roast beef most of the time on Sunday. We almost never had steak. We would have hamburger in the form of hamburger helper, mixing it with a pasta and some kind of sauce. And that was kind of our meal. My mother passed away at age 52. I was 21 at the time, almost 22. And never before did I associate her death with our diet. I remember being obese as a child. The local doctor there, again subscribing to the latest science, prescribed iodine for me to take a certain number of a certain amount every time. I don't remember how many drops anymore, but it was a certain number of drops. I couldn't stand the taste of it. Oh God, it was awful. So what I did is I would mix it with my soda pop. And sometimes I'd have to drink 2 or 3 bottles of soda pop to be able to tolerate the taste of that stuff. Well, hey, guess what? Iodine didn't help me lose any weight. If anything, it made it worse because of the way I had to eat it, or drink it, I should say. It wasn't until I saw a video of Thomas Seyfried. I think that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if I get it wrong. I think it's Seyfried. That I realized my mother's death and my obesity were the result of the diet we had. And it wasn't that I was eating too much or that I had a thyroid issue or iodine deficiency. It was that what we were eating was metabolically unhealthy. But we didn't know that. Science didn't know that. As a matter of fact, most of the information we know now has come about in the early 21st century, the late 20th century, 1990s, 2000, 2010. And the problem is that we have it so ingrained in us that we have to have low-fat diet, and that seed oils are healthy for us, that saturated fats are the enemy. So here I am today. I'm on the carnivore diet, and I'm walking now because I've lost over 200 pounds. I'm getting healthy again. Way too late in my life, I think, to affect it, at least financially. But I have a better attitude toward life. I'm hoping that I live longer. I know before the carnivore diet, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm glad I'm a short timer. If I died next week, I will say, well, it's been a good run. And it has been a good run. I can't complain too much about how my life turned out, at least in the end. You know, there's an old saying, he who laughs last laughs best. I think that's kind of what my life's been like. I started out rough, a lot of bullying, a bad marriage, married to a woman who had no respect for me at all. And now what I have is the opposite of that. I have a good relationship. I don't have a lot of friends, but the ones that I have are good people. And I look at people differently now than I do then, and I think people look at me differently. Anyway, I wanted to play just a clip here on what Thomas Seyfried says about cancer, about metabolic disease, because it kind of confirms my belief. So anyway, here, take a moment and listen to this recording.
But I think what we're doing to ourselves today puts a lot of people at risk for cancer. I think that what we're seeing is a sedentary lifestyle where we're eating large amounts of highly processed carbohydrates. We're not exercising like we should, and we're under mental stress, emotional stress, poor sleep, loneliness, microchemicals, forever chemicals and microplastics. I think when you put all that together, we're seeing more and more younger people getting cancer for sure, and the number of people getting cancer is increasing, and the number of people dying from cancer is increasing. So yeah, it's not a good picture, and will not likely get better until people realize that cancer is a mitochondrial metabolic disease that can be easily managed by maintaining mitochondrial health, which is doing the opposite of all the things that I just said. So the whole cancer thing is extremely simple in how to kill cancer and manage cancer, to both prevent and manage it. So why does the field not know this, and why do they not act upon it? And there's a lot of reasons for that. And one of the reasons is they think cancer is a genetic disease. So they keep chasing mutations and hunting and trying to target mutations or the effects of mutations, which are mostly irrelevant. And as the result of chasing and targeting things that are not relevant to the disease, we have 1,700 people a day dying in the United States from cancer, which is 70 an hour. And we have people dying from cancer in all countries around the world in high numbers. And none of these people, none of these studies are targeting the glucose and glutamine to stop the proliferation of these dysregulated cells and transitioning the body to fatty acids and ketones while you're simultaneously targeting the fermentable fuels. You can go to any oncology clinic in the world and describe what I just said, and they look at you like a deer in the headlight. They have no clue. They've never heard what I said, And then if they want to act upon this, the standard of care prevents them from acting upon this, which is the change of radiation and chemo and a lot of the crazy things they're doing to these people. They say, well, geez, why don't we just target glucose and glutamine while transitioning the body to nutritional ketosis? Oh, no, we can't do that.
So now you see why I think my mother's early death was caused by our diet, by what she was told at the time was good for us. And of course the fact that we weren't rich people, so we couldn't afford a lot of beef, a lot of steak. Relative to today, it was even more expensive then. So what can we do about it? Well, you heard the standard of care doesn't allow for this type of thinking. So the only thing we can do is take care of it ourselves. And the way we do that, the way that I do that, is with the carnivore diet. If you want to go ketogenic diet, that's fine too. I have no problem with whatever you want to eat. But you should be made aware of this information. I don't know if it's going to change. I hope someday it does. But right now, I'm 71. I don't have 20 or 30 or 40 years for the medical community to catch on with what it's going to take to make us healthy. Listen, you guys just have a great day. This is Carnivore Ron, and I'm going to sign out. Take care, all of you. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. And make it the best day that you can.